This is Gary Vaslash. I'm here with Mike Simcoe, who's the head of GM Global Design. We're at the launch of the 2020 Corvette Stingray.
The Stingray.
Yeah.
Mid-engine Stingray. So absolutely the new generation. Something we've been waiting a long, long time for.
So Mike, from a design point of view, what's the situation with the mid-engine? Is it helpful? Is it more difficult? You had a front-engine car forever.
Yeah.
Now it's mid-engine.
Well, the last generation was sort of the zenith of the front-engine car. As you heard from the engineering discussions, to get the performance to go even higher than it is currently, you need to go to mid-engine. Balance of the car, placement of the engine in the rear, drive of the forward, drive in center of gravity makes for a much, much better drive, better handling, higher grip to use the performance. And how we translate and design is we get a wonderful profile to work with. Every surface on the car is beautiful, but it's also very, very functional.
Okay, if we are talking about the C7 rather than the C8, I'll bet you tell me that every surface is beautiful and functional.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. The C7 or the last generation now Corvette Stingray is a beautiful car. The nice thing about it is that Tom Peters and the team in the performance studio have done not just this vehicle, but they did the previous generation and the generation before that. So you've got this inherent knowledge of what a Corvette and a Corvette Stingray should look like. So whether it's front engine as the previous generation or mid-engine like we are now, there's an inherent feel of Corvette. And the surface work, the graphics, the execution was done by guys who understand what a Corvette should be and what our customers really, really want with a Corvette.
Let me ask you about that. I was talking to John Cafaro, who had worked on previous Corvettes, and he said that one of the things about this new car is you walk up to it and you know that it is a Corvette.
Yeah, the detail, the graphics, the detail of the lamps, the character of the surfaces. It's the level of love and the level of understanding the designers have for what a Corvette should be. So independent of the proportion of the vehicle, that's what they bring to the picture. They inherently know what a Corvette should look like and what it should feel like. And it's not just proportion, it's proportion and it's the overall exterior design. But another great win of this car is more interior space and an interior designed to die for as well. That wraparound cockpit, the screen interface now, and all of the driver modes and the access the customer has to connect and drive the vehicle are fabulous.
One of the design characteristics of previous generation Corvettes has always been a very long hood. Now this is somewhat shorter.
Well, of course. I mean, you move in a mid-engine car, you're obviously moving the driver and the passenger forward in the vehicle. And it's forward for all the right reasons, and it actually puts the driver at the center of gravity of the vehicle itself. So you feel the handling, you feel the spirit of the car, and of course the car handles better and delivers power better. So it's the previous generation. It was a front-engine vehicle, and people equate rear-wheel drive to performance, but performance moves to supercar performance when you move to mid-engine. And that's what you see. You've actually created, the designers have created an attainable supercar now. And realistically, it means the Corvette is now the best of America, and we'll see whether it's the best in the world ultimately.
And is
certainly one of the best looking cars in the world.
Is there a car that's going to start under $60,000 that looks like that?
No, clearly.
Which is another win.
And that's you saw in the presentation the packaging of the vehicle. You have what we call a frunk, the trunk in the front of the vehicle, and one in the rear. Corvettes have always had to be practical. So not only have you got a good entry price, which means they're obtainable to more people, they can be used more practically. So on the track, you can drive it as hard as a missile, but you can go to the shops and you can carry your golf clubs. You can do what you need to. It's a very, very utilitarian car in its own way, particularly for a vehicle that actually also is a weapon on the track.
Very good. Well, Mike Simcoe, I want to
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. And
It's a great evening. This is. We've been waiting a long time for this, and you saw the crowd here. All the dealers, our customers, the Corvette faithful. You heard the oohs and ahs and the celebration. I mean, we just have to stand there and deliver it.
thank you very much. It's
You're
great,
welcome.
great car. It's beautiful. Thank you.